Good morning, you guys. So today is January 17th, and I woke up about 5:45 this morning, which is normal because I went to bed very early last night. But I had a dream, and I'm wondering if it's an answer to some concerns that I had. So I might not upload this until later on. Last night I went to bed. I was trying to go through my insurance. I was calling health marketplace. I was thinking that maybe I could qualify um, for Medicaid, even if it was supplementary or if it could replace my health insurance at this time, because I believe I do qualify for it. And the only thing that really has bothered me is, they call it the CHIP program. Okay, this is the second, even when I was thinking about buying a house, they have a thing called, I think it's BB&T or one of those banks. They have the CHIP. They call it the CHIP program for home buyers. So anyway, I was just frustrated. I couldn't do what I wanted to get done. I was going to do it this morning. And then, so last night I had this dream, you guys. And if you know, because it seems like I've heard of it, seemed like maybe Dabu may have spoken of it recently, and I know I've heard it before, but I believe that babies that are born in 2018 all have to be all have to be chipped. I think it's not 2018, 2019, either here or in other countries, or I might not have the year correct, but if you've heard that, comment and let me know. And I'll also be checking comments, you guys. I had extremely high blood pressure and I was diagnosed with the flu. I have watched a few videos, gotten some revelation on some things, and I had planned on making other videos. I was keeping notes, um, just trying to catch up and just trying to relax and finish my medication and so on and so forth. Okay, you guys, I promise I'll get to comments if you left comments. Okay, I think I have checked comments but haven't really replied yet. The dream I had last night, you guys. Okay, so apparently I had this little girl, and in the dream, the little girl, I told who should have been the baby's father, I told him I didn't have, I said I named the baby Amelia and not Myra. Amelia. Okay. Amelia. And not Myra. And because I felt like I had just had the baby and I felt like he was coming over and he expected to be, he was the baby's father. So I guess he didn't come over. I felt like he was on his way over, and I told him I didn't name the baby Myra, but I named him, which is a form of his name, but I named the baby Amelia. And it was kind of the understanding that he got that the baby wasn't his, okay? And he's a twin. But apparently, I had a baby by one of another set of twins that I actually know in real life. And these sets of twins, they're not black, okay? They're Hawaiian. And I had the baby by, I think, John, okay? So I was in this room, apparently had given birth. I was home, or what was supposed to be home, in this room. It was kind of like a shack, not shack, but I was sitting on the bed, and you know, I hadn't had any bassinets or cribs or anything. This lady walks in that I know, and I can't think of her name for the life of me. But excuse me, she comes in, and I have this baby. The baby is black. I mean, like dark skin, like not black, but definitely shouldn't. look as dark skinned as it was to say, who her father is supposed to be. So this lady walks in, and I notice she has $100 bill in her hand, and I knew I was about to breastfeed the baby. I knew it would have been colostrum, okay, because I just given birth, okay. She has this $100 bill in her hand. I feel like she's about to give me the $100 bill, and she asked me. She said, "Well, what do you need?" I said, "Well, I don't have a bassinet and something else." I told her, "I need a bassinet or something." I said, "But I'll be fine. It's cool. Don't, you know, it's cool." I knew she was about to give me $100 bill, but in my mind, I was thinking it's too much. She don't have to do all that. I'm good. I got a baby's father. So somehow I noticed that she said, "Well, somehow the $100 bill switched to a $50 bill." And or she took a different amount out of her pocket or something, and she gives me the $50 bill, and she says, "Well, if you need any bottles, I've got some." I don't know if she said Dr. Brown's, but in my mind in a dream, I was thinking like some type of like specialty bottles, that look like the woman's, you know, nipple, some type of specialty bottles. I don't think it was Dr. Brown's. She said, "I got some, or Playtex." I don't think she said it, but it was something. She said, "Well, I've got some of these bottles that you can have too." I guess she wasn't using them anymore. And I said, "Okay, well, that's cool." So I get the baby and I start to nurse the baby. And instead of it being colostrum, just colostrum, because you just have colostrum for a day or two before your milk comes in, I noticed that, the baby's feeding, and all my milk starts to come, my milk comes in. I'm like, dang, this is kind of early, but, the baby's drinking. And I had, for me, to snack on, um, like these uh, pieces of pumpkin that were like roasted chunks. They were warm. They looked more like butternut squash, but I felt like they were pumpkin in the dream. They were cut and roasted like I would roast butternut squash, but in the dream I know they were pumpkin. Um, and they were warm, and for whatever reason I mashed up a little piece. I ate some. It was good, and I mashed up a little piece and gave the baby, and the baby, you know, liked it. You guys, the baby, from the time I started nursing the baby to the time that I put the little piece of mashed up uh, pumpkin in its mouth, the baby looked like she was 2 months old. So uh, the baby's father came and took the baby, and I thought he was just going to take the baby outside or, show his friends, or I just noticed and realized that he hadn't come back. So the dream switched to where I was, and his name was John. The dream switched to where I'm in a car going to get my baby. And he is at some type of like mechanic shop, and my baby's inside the car in the back seat. I said, "Why do you have you're inside working or whatever?" And my baby's outside in the car, and the windows were up, on the side that I pulled up on, which was the passenger side. But when I went around to the car, to the side where the baby was, on the driver's side in the back seat, the window was cracked a little bit, and the baby was sweating. But then the baby looked to be at least 6, 7 months. Motherly instinct just got the baby out the car, not even thinking, wow, the baby don't grew. I said, "The baby don't even have a car seat. You just got her in the back seat." She was like sitting up, looking around, alert, just, older all of a sudden. He didn't say anything to me when I said that. She's like, you crazy. The baby's, she don't even have a car seat yet. The baby was like only a day or two old, supposed to be. And then I get the baby, and I think I took the baby inside the shop or something to lay her on a bed. And I turn around, go back to get her so I can take her home. And when I go back to, turn around to get her to take her home, she's in a walker. This is not a regular walker. Now she's 1 year old, at least. Or however baby, 12 months, 11 months. The baby's 1 year old in a walker, standing out in this drum looking walker. It wasn't a regular walker. It was enclosed like a drum, but she was standing up in it and walking. I don't know if this is some new type of walker that they have out, but that's what it was. So I couldn't see her waist down. And that was the end of the dream. So I'm thinking this baby is a super baby, a mutant baby. You know how to make super soldiers, not only from MK Ultra, but like I said, this chip thing was on my mind and how it mutates people. Speaking of that, I'll leave a video that I found. I haven't watched it yet. It was another type of video, but it's the guy who made the RFID chip, the co-founder of it. This is another video. I've watched one video and I've shared it, but this is another one that I came across and I just saved it. I skimmed through it, but I'll just leave it below for you guys. So anyway, you guys, I wake up and I look this stuff up. I want to know why I named the baby Amelia instead of Amira. I'll get into all that maybe later on today. But Amelia means in Hebrew, work of the Lord, beloved. Has a couple different origins, you guys. In English or Latin, it means industrious, striving, or hard working. Also, I noticed what struck me as odd, being this baby was a super mutant baby. I think Princess Amelia Sophia, AI Sophia, goddess of wisdom. But now they have an AI called Sophia. Was the daughter of George II. And the German means work, effort, strain, hardworking, industrious. And also, Amelia is also the term for a birth defect in which the child is born without limbs, from the Greek prefix a, like asymptomatic. A means without. This says none, but A means without in the medical terminology. Asymptomatic, anemic. So, and that's in German. Yes, this thing kind of struck me as funny. So, I'm going to try to get some more revelation of it. And Hebrew means work of the Lord. I believe the AI and the God conscious and the Sophia wisdom and all this is counterfeit, of course. The Antichrist is all a counterfeit of the Lord. And this thing about the chip, the babies being chipped, just really was kind of on my mind last night. Like, do I really want to even apply for Medicaid? I even want to get Obamacare or health care from Marketplace because I know it was a chip in somewhere and wanted Obamacare. So anyway, I got Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I don't know, you guys. You tell me what you think. This was weird, and I almost wrote it off as a carnal dream until I looked up the names of Amelia. And matter of fact, I need to look up Myra. Myra was a name that I was going to give my son um, when he was born, but he was a boy. So, um, anyway, you guys, I'll talk with you later. I may upload this now. I may wait till I come back from the doctors. I'm gonna get checked. I'm okay. My blood pressure has gone down. Trust me, Sherry's been checking. I did check it this morning. It's going down even more. And I thank Colleen for putting a shout out and asking for prayers on my behalf. They have worked. Um, doing better. Thank you guys. I'll talk with you later. I'll leave that link to the guy's video. I haven't finished watching it yet, but when I skimmed through it, it sounded like he was doing the voiceover for the video, the co-founder of the RFID chip. I'll just leave it below for right now. I'll watch it later.